What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the American legend Alexi Lalas. And before I get into this review, I want to give a huge shout out to Gaming Quest for requesting Lalas. You did a pretty long time ago, so I do apologize for that, man. But here your review is. I do have him in an all American side, and like I said in earlier videos, this is going to be a two-part review, and this is the first part of that two-part review with Lalas and Donovan. And I do have them in the 4-4-1-1 with an all-American side. Only seemed fitting to have them with Americans all around them. And the team actually played pretty well, which is surprising because on past FIFAs, the American teams and American players in this game just really aren't good enough to keep up with the other players. But this team actually did pretty well, so I was happy with that. Now, Lalas, guys, for most of you don't know, is a current broadcaster, and I honestly can't stand him. He's kind of like the Joe Buck of the NFL, but I don't really know much about Lalas as a player, but I do know that he was a standout at the 1994 FIFA World Cup, so I do think that is what got him this legend card. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of him getting a legend card because I'd never even heard of him, but how can I complain about EA releasing more legends? So yeah, here's Lalas, and we're going to get into the face card stats now. 78 pace, 55 shot, 72 passing, 62 dribbling, 84 defense, and 86 physical. He also has a 3-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, and a low-high work rate, which is good for a solid defender. Lalas didn't play terrible, guys, but he wasn't the best defender that I've used so far on FIFA. I'm going to be completely honest, the only thing that I really liked about him was his strength, and that hair. The hair and the beard is just wonderful. It's pretty easy to point out in the game, and it looks really cool, I'm not going to lie. If I had to do a cool hair squad builder, I'd definitely throw him and Valderrama in there. But besides that, guys, Valderrama isn't very good going forward. He's just really kind of a brick wall at the back. He's not really a good dribbler or passer, honestly, either. So just look for him to make crunching tackles, and that's really about it. So now we're going to take a look at his in-game stats, and then we'll go into the pros and cons and the highlights thereafter. Alexi Lalas' in-game stats, guys: 83 interceptions, 82 reactions, 93 strength, 88 heading accuracy, 86 marking, 85 penalties, 82 shot power. He has the low-high work rate, 3-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, along with the strength speciality. This guy is really, really strong. He isn't the best offensively because of his low attacking work rate, but he is a really, he's just a tank, really, on the defense. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some highlights and jump right into Lalas' pros and cons, guys. My first pro for Lalas is his strength. He really does feel ginormous in this game, and his 6'3" stature is a pretty good size for a defender. Now, he has an 86 physical rating, and in my opinion does a really good job of forcing defenders off the ball, as well as being able to hold the defenders off the ball once he gets possession of it. This is really his biggest pro, and is what makes his card, if anything. But in my opinion, in order for Lalas to be truly efficient, you need someone a bit more pacey next to him to cover for Lalas' lack of quickness, almost. My second pro for Lalas is kind of an irrelevant one to his gameplay, and something I've already talked about, and that is his hair. This dude's bright red hair stands out on the field, and that beard or goatee, Fu Manchu, whatever you want to call it, is pretty gnarly. I absolutely love it, and in my opinion, I think it adds to this card and makes it a bit cooler. Now, I do have two cons, and the first one is his attacking ability. This goes for running up the field as well as on corners. Lalas does have a low attacking work rate, so this is probably a big part of why he isn't able to get forward as well as you might want him to. In my opinion, to spend a lot on a defender, he needs to be able to score as well as being a brick wall on your back line, and Lalas just didn't quite do that for me. Surprisingly, he has good heading stats, so to see his effect on corners was a letdown. He really didn't do much for me. There were times where I'd cross it into him and he wouldn't hit it, and he'd go nowhere near the goal. So offensively, don't expect much from Lalas. The second con I have for him is agility. quickness, whatever you prefer it. Lalas just isn't very mobile. When he tackles someone and gets the ball, you're literally going to want to pass it off as soon as you can. And he sort of runs blocky, if you know what I mean. He literally has no quick cutting ability whatsoever. Like I said, get rid of the ball as soon as possible, or the opposition is just going to get possession of it once again. These two were the biggest downfalls of Lalas and was what kind of just like ruined his card for me almost. But this is now going to go ahead and take me into the overall summary of Alexi Lalas. And I believe that out of a 10 scale rating, he deserves a disappointing 7.4 out of 10. His pros and cons are listed as well as the games played, and assists he had, pass completion percentage, tackles won percentage, and his average match rating. In 6 games, he had two clean sheets, which isn't too shabby. But besides his strength and bright red hair and beard, Lalas' lack of offensive ability and his lack of agility and quickness overcame the positives of this card. So up next in my review, guys, we have a second part of a 2-part review with Alexi Lalas and Landon Donovan. Keep requesting legends, guys. As always, feedback is appreciated. If you're feeling crazy, hit that like or subscribe button. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you later.